What is up, YouTube land? VinTendo here,
I'm Joe.
and welcome back to the Retro Grab Bag Show. So we are here officially with Season 2, and we want to jump right into things here. We're going to talk about something called the Wii U. Now, I knew about the Nintendo Wii. We just got a Nintendo Switch recently, which is great. There's something called the Wii U. Joe, what is this thing?
The Wii, like you said, everyone knows the Wii. The Wii was the big console back in late 2000s. Everyone knew about that. But the Wii U came out in 2012. And this was an extension. A lot of people thought it was an extension of the Wii because the name is a little weird. With the Wii U, it's like, okay, is it a Wii? Is it an upgraded Wii? But it is in my mind its own console. So you have what you have in my mind is a new console, and it's HD, and that was the big that was the big thing where the Wii. It never looked right on the widescreen HD TVs. Now the Wii U comes out and it looks good. It's 1080p. Everything looks great.
I thought it was funny that the Wii never was HD. You know what I mean? So this does make sense.
It had 480p, but like I said, with the widescreen stuff, it never worked. So when this came out, that was a big selling point, I think, in my mind. But it confused the hell out of a lot of people because a lot of people just thought it was an add-on for the Wii. And ultimately, I think it failed because of that, because it had a ton of great games. As you can see here, we have the Donkey Kong, Mario World 3D, which are great games, but not many people played them. And I think you mentioned you got the Switch.
Yeah.
If you notice, a lot of these games are on the Switch now. 8 years later, they're being released as new games because no one really played them on the Wii U.
I mean, we were playing Tropical Freeze today. I mean, now they did add funky mode to that.
Yeah.
So they do maybe tweak them, but what don't they do if they re-release it?
Right, and that's the issue where I played these games back in 2012, 2013.
Wow.
And now
Is it that old?
Now with the Switch, it's like they release it, but for the people that did play them like I did, they'll throw a little bit of extra things in. Like I believe this game's coming out in a couple weeks. Same game, but there's like an added Bowser's Fury feature to it and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's
$60.
That's for people. Yeah, exactly. Same thing with Mario Kart.
Of
Mario
course.
Kart, this Mario Kart or wherever we have the Mario Kart 8 doesn't come with all the levels where that was downloadable content where the Switch version has all of that on it. So
wow.
But again, I think it's because nobody played these games when the Wii U was out. But if you followed it, you've played all these big Switch games that are coming out already. Yeah,
that's interesting. Now, you'd mentioned that maybe people thought this was an add-on, so that made me think Sega Genesis in the 90s, the 32X, the Sega CD. How many people really got that and went and got that? Like, what parents went and got that add-on?
Right.
They didn't, but if this had that stigma, it's not going to sell. You're
right.
You're right about that. I never actually thought about that.
Yeah, and granted, we didn't talk about this, but this is the handheld.
Well, that's different from the Wii, and that's awesome. The fact that you could because there's a base over here, that it plays the CDs or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the mid range between the Wii and the Switch, where now the Switch is its own little console that you could pull and you could take it anywhere and play. Obviously, now this needs to be near, like Vinny said, to the actual unit. But as long as it's close, you can go anywhere and play the game. And everything looks pretty decent on this screen, but I think the main draw of it was to play it on your TV.
Well, the Switch screen is phenomenal.
You're right.
So is that what you were saying? Like it is a little different.
It's not as good as the Switch screen. So it's one of those things where it's more faded. So if you have your Wii U hooked up to the TV at 1080p, it's gonna look
awesome,
crazy. So
that's fantastic. So you'd mentioned re-releasing games and how they're just going to get us to buy it again. Joe, how many times have we bought Castlevania with the collection that came out last year and this and that? That's our big thing, right?
Right.
So they're just doing.
Yeah. But like I said,
it's a little weird, but it's a shame this was so overlooked, right?
Right. And I think that's the key part there is where we keep buying games and even on this system it has all the virtual console. Like you could even use this as a Game Boy Advance if you download all of the games from the eShop. Yeah. I have Game Boy Advance on here, and you play it. But
Yeah.
the problem, like I said, we'll go back is these games were never played. Where Castlevania, we've played them. We just want
That's
them on
true.
our latest console. So
And we do.
yeah,
And we eat it up.
yeah, and we have to buy it every time it comes out, and we do.
That's fantastic. So that's a pretty good rundown of the Wii U. Or maybe I didn't mention this earlier. I thought it was like the Wii University. What is the U for?
I don't think anybody knows. I mean, it's just it's one again. It's one of those things where
I thought it was a school.
There was just massive confusion when the product came out, and everyone's
Well,
because
people were still playing Wii. That's
Right.
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
right.
So
Nobody knows what the U is. So maybe the comments will tell us what the U is for.
tell us if anyone's watching this, please
Right.
tell us what the U in Wii U stands for. Before we end the beginning of season 2, we have a surprise for Joe. So we actually have 2. So player 1 from TGA sent us another care package, okay? And there were 2 things in here that you have to have. And one of
Okay.
them is a sealed Wii U game called
Oh, wow.
Mighty Number 9, which I've never heard of.
Nice.
But look at that.
That is awesome.
It's side-scrolling action in like Mega Man.
I
there.
was
So
gonna
there
say,
you
it
go.
looks exactly like Mega
You could
Man.
thank player 1 for
Thanks,
that.
man.
He also threw in
Battle Cat.
the Battle Cat.
Battle Cat
Yep.
from He-Man.
He-Man toy. So
Wow.
that's
That's
you
awesome
can
stuff,
thank him for
man.
that. I'll show you everything else that he brought that he sent to us.
Yeah, he's a
Thank
great
you
guy.
again. But yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
for the nice rundown of the Wii U. I honestly did not know 90% of what you said before.
As well
beforehand,
as most
yeah.
people. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So there you go. Now you got schooled. So that's it. We're going to record a couple more. This is a great start. So that's it. Thank you and see you next time. And as always, like Frank says, play hard.